Welcome to the COMiX News Wire, where we get our news from the COMiX newsroom found at comicbookadvocates.com. This show is anchored by Mr. Anderson, who is the unboxable, advocating creator known as the Indie Comics Devil, who will tempt you with his devilish tales of fetish, monsters, and more. Join him and his co-anchors as they give you the comics news coming off the wire. This show is brought to you in association with
At Geek Insider, we foster relationships with those in the geek sphere so we can give our audience the insider view of entertainment, tech, and more.
comicbookadvocates.com is the global digital Comic-Con, but it's more than that, and you can be more too. Be more than just a fan. Become an advocate for comics like comicbookadvocates.com is for their creators, for their crowdfunding, for the very books they're creating. Because we love comics. Hello, and speaking of being an anchor, I'm anchored in my bed today. Jax is home with me, so you might hear the crazy one behind me making some noise. Got some back problems and I guess a cold going through our house, but I'm excited to welcome Demon Phil. How's it going, my man?
It's going great. If you were feeling better, we'll figure out something on that. But yeah, Demon Phil. I've got 2 shows that I do during the week, aside from this one, of course. Demon Phil's Hell of a Show, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. and that's on Facebook and YouTube. And then I have Unscripted on Saturdays at 11 p.m. on YouTube only. Tonight I have a special show that is off my regular schedule. Tonight, I'm actually going to be going over the launch from Lone Wolf Comics Night Wolf trade paperback, which launched this morning, and I will have some of the creators and writers on the show tonight.
And what time is that going to be?
That'll be at 10 p.m.
Eastern?
Yeah, Eastern, yeah.
All right, that's exciting news. We have some news within the story today as well about that being part of the show, so we'll get to that. It's already part of our news, so without delay, why don't we get into that? Why don't we get into that news that we're here to talk about? So there we go. I was like, it's not clicking. So you're transported here to our comic book newsroom. This is a new week, so everything's brand new. Remember that if you go to comicbookadvocates.com and click on our main icon, that'll take you back to the past things that we have, including some press releases. And we actually had some press releases over the weekend that I'm just going to take a minute and show you guys. I did this deliberately so you could see. Comicbookadvocates.com goes directly to the newsroom, but we still have other things going on. Like Alterna is back. We have that. They're available on Indiegogo. We shared that out. You can pick the headlines, see all the stuff that we're doing, including the last 48 hours of XCT, an important update to the Orlando MegaCon for 2021. And like I said, this warehouse is all of our old shows, all the things that we got going on, including it's not the last day. If you guys see this later, I'll definitely honor it. Ooh, where did it go? I guess it popped out of the place I last saw it in. All right, so right here I have it open too. So I'm giving away the book. I know Demon Phil didn't take me up on this. He didn't ask for it yet, so I'm gonna guilt him into asking for it. No, seriously, I want to give away the original comics in my line to everyone because it's 2020 and I want to be supportive of everyone. This was originally going to be a crowdfunding thing, and I decided instead to give it away for free. So a lot of my earlier work, including my first Monsters and the original release of Barbara Unleashed, back when it was called Fetish Babies, which will have a special release date. We will be giving that away free on Friday the 13th as part of Indie event, and that'll start on Fetish Friday. We're officially calling that Fetish Friday, so that will be free. The original release, not the updated Barbara Unleashed version, but the original thing I released. So every first issue I ever released in the 2017, when I finally had all of my books released, you guys are going to get that. You're going to see. And Demon Phil, if at any point you have trouble hearing me, because again, I'm in my bed today, so I'm on my laptop, so sometimes the mic acts funny, so please interrupt me if you can't hear me.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
That's why you guys don't see me in the screen today. You don't want to see me just being here in bed, but you do want to see my earlier work. So as I'll read this because I didn't get to read this last week, and I promised I would. So life is crazy right now. I was running a campaign to collect all my early work, and then my mom had a stroke and life changed overnight. I would cancel the campaign after ignoring it for 2 weeks and said I would relaunch. Sadly, my mother would pass away, and I would take time away to deal with that life change. Now, I know how hard 2020 has been on everyone, and I wanted to do something to inspire and promote goodwill. I will decide to, and I have decided to give those early finished works and even some new content, not news content. I'll have to fix that for tomorrow's release, because tomorrow we'll release the next issue by giving one free story a week. I definitely need to edit this a bit. Each week you can get a free download of my work. Now, for me, I just ask for an email. Message to me. Do not, I repeat, do not post it publicly, or you'll get signed up for hundreds of effing things. So I can add you to my email list, and for the Terraform comics and my own. One of the reasons I'm also doing this is if you give someone something for free, they throw it to the side, you add value to it, and people take it as it is a value. If you have to trade something for it, they'll read it. And that's kind of what I want here. All right, so let's see. I am doing this because I want to be able to make you aware of what I'm creating next, as I hope after reading my words, at very least, I catch your interest. And for free, because right now people need to be entertained, and I want to share my early work with the world. And then as we release each week, we'll be in the order of the original releases. So tomorrow will be the Gothic Blue, actually teaser to the first thing ever for Fetish Babies, and Dark Justice's together issue. Of course, it's been flipped. I'm not even sure I kept the original Fetish Baby thing. That might be a special release for Fetish Friday. If it's in it, I'll leave it. But if it's not, you guys will have to wait for Fetish Friday for that one. But yeah, the NYR was my way of telling a story of the world. Yes, baby. Okay. Chex is all excited. He wants me to put in Transformers for him. So this NYR was basically my way of it. Before there was Gotham, I thought of doing the same idea, and it just happened to turn out that New York Comic Con, they announced Gotham. So everyone turned and looked at me, and they were like, "Did you know about Gotham?" And I was like, "I did not," because it literally came out the day before at New York Comic Con. No one had ever heard it. It was DC's Gotham. Everyone thought it was going to be a comic book, and it turned out to be a television show. So it was like one of those moments where it was like, I guess I was ahead of the curve, just a little bit. Obviously, they got more content out than I did. With the, I believe 4 seasons they got. The fourth was like a half season, but they still got there. Because they got to 100 episodes, I know that. And I'm pretty proud of my early work. So I definitely suggest everyone go check it out. And I'm done pandering for myself. I must be sick. I'm actually talking about my own work. So we're going to get over to our crowdfunding reports. I wanted to talk about that as well. And of course, this is where you can find all the stuff in our crowdfunding report right here. I was in the right tab, it turns out. What's ending this week? Well, these are the last rights and the last licks for these campaigns. John the Animator. John the Animator. And we have... Oh, you can talk about Elysian Fields, because that's about to end this week, it turns out.
Yeah, Elysian Fields Pyramid Gambit on Indiegogo is in the last, I believe it's 3 or 4 days on there. And that one is running, it's on Indiegogo right now. We're about to go ahead and put something over on Kickstarter, but that won't happen for another 2 or 3 weeks. But this one here, go take a look at this, especially the Support Our Troops tier on there. That actually, $10 of the tier actually goes to the Special Forces Trust Fund. So it actually goes back into the armed forces to help the families of those who have lost members within the armed forces. So it's a way of giving back. But if you think that that's good enough right there, wait till you see what all is involved in the tier package. Challenge coin, patch, there is an exclusive cover that's in there, and there is a Justin Hunt print that is in there as well. The Justin Hunt print is actually signed and numbered for those that actually get on board with this. So do not miss out, because it can be a very limited setup on there, depending upon how many people get on there.
That sounds brilliant. And another thing that's awesome that's been going around is the Spectrum. We had Michael McAdam with us for this yesterday on the amazing comics brunch that we had. We really dined on comics and headlines yesterday. It was a great one. Really proud of the show and what it's been doing. You'll see it in the roundup in just a minute. But this is a great project. You definitely have to check it out. Check out the comics brunch because there was a lot talked about with this book. And I think the Crazies is about to fund. We have news about that coming up, and that's out of here on the 26th, which is exactly 7 days away. So we will not go past this point today. You can see all this. Oh, this one too, because this all. Well, no, we'll talk about it on Wednesday as part of the amazing backer pause. And what we're going to do is switch over to the news because it's time to get into the news. And here we go. This is the Comics Newswire, where the Comics Newswire, boldly going to new ideas and new shows. I have no idea why we're in this wrong tab. Apparently, we went to the wrong newsroom.
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday. It's just that Monday. The redirect, I think, is acting funny. I think that's what it is. Yeah, the redirect. I got to fix that. The redirect is apparently going to the wrong thing. That happens every so often. So let's get into our real newsroom. And we'll get to there by just going up here. And I know the code for it. So this should be quick. I hate when the site does that. It's probably going to tell me, you have the wrong extension. I'm telling you, yep. It is just my morning. Let's see. So how was your Unscripted this weekend?
Unscripted went pretty well. Unscripted was actually based on a panel that had Totally Rad Comics on there, and we discussed about their campaign that is currently on Kickstarter, which started out Friday morning and is doing very well. We had a lot of fun with it. We talked about the 80s, what we did and didn't like about it. There was a lot more of what we did like instead of what we didn't. And just had a blast with it. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome to hear, dude. All right, so let's see if we've cooked up our newsroom. Here we are, the Comics Newsroom. Plenty of them. This is just my morning. We're just going to go to Monday, and I'll fix this in the background in the meanwhile. So today, of course, the co-anchor is Demon Phil. Let's get on to the headlines. And you want to read this? This is from Travis Gibb while I fix the newsroom.
Definitely looking forward to this. So I know it's Saturday, and hopefully you're having a good day. However, did you know that we have an amazing comic coming out by some of the best indie creators in the business? There was an amount of creators on there, I'm sure. Over so many creators talking Cthulhu Invades Oz. You need to read this book. I am definitely looking forward to this. It's Oz versus Cthulhu. And if you like Oz and if you like Cthulhu, then you've actually got both of them going head to head in this one. So it's going to be interesting.
Definitely something that I find exciting. I can't wait. I'm part of it, as a matter of fact. So pretty exciting for me. Of course, we had the week ended. If you want to know what happened last week, we have the week ended for you. Brings it all together in a great little package with all the different days, and you can go into the different newsrooms or the rundowns we have, and then the Sunday Comics Brunch, of course, caps it all together at the very end of the week, so we can start a new week fresh. And the Sunday Funnies had an Arrows comic invasion, it looks like. So those are the videos to watching from over the weekend. This is something cool. It's an awesome comic on sale from Keith Harper. There's not much more, so I'm going to pass this on to talk to. I know you're excited about this, like I am. Go ahead, Demon Phil. Tell us the good news.
Luke Stone shows his creative grit this year with his success in all his. Very proud of Luke Stone and proud to be his friend and fan. And this is about Hybrid's Trash Day trade paperback. And you've got to get on board with this thing. There's a lot more that's involved than just the regular story that's on here. He's either made it or is incredibly close to the $8,000 goal between the two.
Oh, no, he's made it.
Okay, he's made it. So then there's going to be the extra stories in there now, too, which is going to be very interesting because it's 2-page stories by 4 different people, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing what extra stories he can have in there written by other people and see how that actually is going to coincide with it. It's going to be very interesting to see.
And he, like I said, this dude worked his butt off this year to bring us great content, never gave up, has had some controversy, and has never let that slow him down from his creative vision. So I give him nothing but absolute credit. I'm very proud to call him a friend and very proud to see what he's done in the last few months. So congratulations to Luke Stone and his amazing journey. And this is from Richard Rivera. Look at that art. So beautiful. From Scoot, Saturday Morning Spotlight sparkles today with the truly outstanding title, Senji and Timbo by creator Giuseppe Falco. I'm sorry if I know I'm getting that wrong, but it's my best guess. The beautiful rendered, tenderly written story will become a classic. Sengi, the young mouse, loses everything, and Timbo, the aging elephant, chooses to walk away rather than be burdened to his herd. Oh, individually, these characters face insurmountable life changes, but their friendship and their unlikely new family they form may save them both. Touching, brave, triumphant, and inspiring. This is a wonderful story. Will speak to children on one level, but adults will be moved and challenged on another. Deep, thought-provoking topics are woven into an immense tale about life as how we choose to live it. Coming in January from Scoot COMiX. And, of course, Scoot is a subdivision of Scout Comics. This will touch every heart in the family. Reserve your copy today. How awesome is that? That's what I'm looking forward to. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's Clucktober again. You're up.
Hey, everyone. I am particularly excited about this piece for Clucktober, The Recluckening. The prompt for today is Storm, and I decided to go a bit Frank Miller Sin City for this piece, but with enough of my own style to stand out. I have to say this is probably my favorite piece of the set. I have tried this approach before and feel like I finally got it right on this one. Today's sponsor is once again the talented Kathleen Hamilton and Terraplus. Terraplus. We'll go with that one. For those who want to pick up some swanky literature, head over to terraplus.com for more details. It definitely looks interesting. There's a lot of links that go ahead and go straight over there to look at it and go see what's going on with this.
Definitely something to check out, and as well as more art from Chris Mann.
Yes.
I love Chris Mann.
Pumping out some amazing stuff, especially with the Inktober stuff and everything going on right now. Some of the stuff he puts out there, I'm just like, how do you come up with this?
This throws me back to Calvin and Hobbes, like instantly I think Calvin and Hobbes. Here's me doing a live video, and some people actually like this one. This was about just trying to keep being a good person and how important it is to be that good person. So definitely check that out. Remember, don't fake anything. Study it, learn it, and earn it. I cannot stress it enough to you. When I first got into comics, everyone says, well, you have to fake it. You have to fake it. It was the worst advice anyone ever gave me. Do not fake a damn thing. Everyone talks about imposter syndrome. You know how you get around imposter syndrome? Studying the hell out of something, learning it, getting the experience to the point where you don't... I heard about this imposter syndrome until I felt like I earned it. And the minute I felt like I earned it, I never felt like an imposter again. I think imposter syndrome comes a lot from not knowing enough yet. Not really being seasoned. Still being in that amateur level because you never took it to the next level. So with humility, I suggest everyone learn what they're doing and not just fake it. You're up.
Greg Burnham gives us an amazing story to be proud and to back, and many did. Congrats and thank you for giving us great content. The search for Sadiqa?
Successfully funded, really awesome looking book. Just one of those things that you see and you go, that's needed. That is what we're talking about. That's what make independent creators so powerful. And indie comics, not the one with the annoying I in it, but the spelling right, INDE, so imaginative and amazing. And if you're getting too many friend requests, that's right. Facebook asked me if I'm getting too many friend requests. Yes, Facebook, you continue to fail us in wonderful and spectacular new ways. Thank you, Facebook, for that. It actually made me laugh. I have to admit, we laughed. And remember, real quick, to put in your votes, you pick the topics. We're here We always have this every day of the week. You get to pick the headlines. The reason we're doing this is we're giving you interaction. You guys get to be part of this. You guys get to be part of the action. I know Facebook is acting weird right now. Everyone's complaining about Facebook acting weird. Do not expect that to finish until after the election. That's in a lot of ways why I've said that I'm taking some time away, because I see it. Demon Phil, I think you've even mentioned that you've noticed some weirdness with Facebook, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sure you're getting less views on certain Facebook videos. Everyone's complaining about it. And they're trying to build an echo chamber. That goes along with the friendship thing. They don't want us fighting right now. They don't want to, basically, they don't want to deal with people acting like idiots to each other and reporting each other. So don't be an idiot. Stay in your own lane. You don't like something, keep moving on. You're never going to change your mind, and you're never going to cure stupid. So don't try. Some good news, though, and you get to talk about this. It's the big reveal last night.
So the big reveal last night, tonight on Pop XP with Billy Tucci, we revealed the finished pinup by Justin Hunt and Alonzo Espinoza. Get this pinup alongside a unit patch, challenge coin, and special edition book by purchasing any of our Support Our Troops tiers, ensuring a $10 donation to the Special Forces Charitable Trust with each purchase.
Yeah.
And if you get in within the next 8 days, your pinup will be signed and numbered by Justin himself. This is what I was talking about earlier, that Support Our Troops tier that is on Elysian Fields Pyramid Gambit. Don't miss out on this. And this is actually pretty huge, because I mean, this is a print that you're getting that's on here, and it's going to be a full size, 11 by 17 print. You're also going to be getting the Ted Lehman special edition cover for the Support Our Troops, which is exclusive to Indiegogo only. So even with us going ahead and putting something on Kickstarter in a few weeks, that Lehman cover will not come over to there. So whoever gets on this one will get that cover. That cover will not be transporting over. We're not going to do that to everybody. So it's going to have some really cool stuff on this. You want to go check this out.
And it absolutely looks amazing. Drink that in, boys and girls. Look how amazing that looks. Right? All right, we're going to move on. Some coming attractions from Alex, and Alex says that to boost the audienceship for the upcoming Zenner Indiegogo campaign, we wanted to reshare some of the most recent commissions and fan arts of our title Zenner. And here we go. Here's some cool fan art from Zenner. That's kind of cool. Unique way to promote it, showing off that people are already fans of it. Some more good news this morning. See, I like Mondays with good news, Demon Phil.
Exactly, and I was able to have this gentleman on my hell of a show to talk about this before it went off. But congrats to Sean Keenan and his team for his Warrior win on Kickstarter, fully funded, above and beyond actually a little bit, with XCT Infinity Issue 1. I am definitely looking forward to this. I backed this one as well, and I can't wait to see what comes out of this.
And I mean, nothing but respect for everything that he has done. He's built this brand and crossed over with the game now. That's pretty awesome. And congratulations to John Celestri, who's now funded. He's still on, of course, he's off of Indiegogo, but still on demand. But on Kickstarter over here, he's funded 2 successful campaigns. He ends on the 21st, which is Wednesday. Yeah, that sounds right. So he ends on the 21st, Wednesday. So you can still get comics for kids or comics for yourself. Remember, he's the dude who brought, I want to call him the Mandalorian, not Boba Fett. He brought Boba Fett to life in the Christmas special. I was about to call him the Mandalorian. I'm all for the Mandalorian. I can't wait for the next thing. This was pretty exciting.
Gamal Hennessy Management is the organization and coordination of business activities to achieve defined objectives. As an independent publisher, this means finding the best ways to use your time, energy, and resources to achieve the milestones and goals for your comic. That's pretty powerful just in one little quote right there.
Someone said someone should check on the kid to see if he is okay. I'm not sure which kid you're talking about. If you're talking about Jax, he's literally right behind me. He's actually in the background playing on his tablet, making sounds. So he's good if that's what you're asking. If you're asking about someone else's kid, I don't know. Is it 10 p.m.? Remember that growing up, Phil? It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? And I remember being that teenager laughing at 10 p.m. whenever I'd see 10 p.m. I'm like, they don't know where I am. So this This is pretty awesome. This is from Bam Zap Comics. Grain and I of the Keeper. Grain is the vast unknown, not somewhere or somewhen, but somehow. Ooh, I like that. Clever wordplay there. He's got some shipping agent now. Ooh, he's got a shipping agent now. So prices of physical copies have been reduced with free shipping to Canada and U.S. Now there's something, a shipping agent. That's probably a good idea.
Huh. Okay.
So definitely excited about that.
And free shipping to both Canada and U.S. That's huge because I know Canada got very expensive on shipping with a lot of things here recently.
Yeah, Canada's getting out of control. And I don't understand it. It's so close to us. It's cheaper to send it to England.
Exactly.
All right. Talk to us about the animation comics brought to us by Dwayne Showtime Robinson and what they're going out, what's going out of their studios.
Salvation issue 1 is coming along very well. We hope you'll enjoy it. And that panel right there looks amazing. It's got a lot of action that's in there. I love the fluid nature of it, and you can actually kind of follow it through. It's going to be a page turner.
Yeah. And it says see more. I think it's just hashtags. We don't read hashtags here. Ooh, Map Maker, something more from Richard Rivera, some more Scoot stuff. Here we go, another Scoot sneak peek panel of the Map Maker by Ben Salbeck. Embark on a high seas fantasy adventure with the mysterious Map Maker. Coming soon from Scoot, the all ages imprint from Scout Comics. Setting sail in February 2021 worldwide. Coming in November. Get your Hashcan preview. Ooh, and this is no longer available. It has been removed or privacy settings. What the hell was this? All right, you move on to this, and I'll see if I can't. I don't even know. Someone must have, I guess, changed it. I have no idea. Go ahead and read the Nightfall, and I'll see if I can't dig out what that was.
Hey friends, now is official. Nightfall is right now on Kickstarter. Thank you very much for every single like, share, and comment. We are building this together. United, we are strong. And this is Nightfall Part 1, Dark Horizons.
And we are pending trying to get permission to cover it for the show. So we will be talking about it hopefully in the near future. So stay tuned. And this is something cool. The Destiny Mountain Demon. Can we get 10 more backers? So apparently they're on. They're over to get us over the top goal. This is by Gene Blue. I don't know why he didn't actually put the whatchamacallit, the link here. If you go to the PHRU COMiX, COMiC.com, you'll be able to get there. And some congratulations to give out. Demon Phil gets all to give out the good news today. I'm jealous.
Congrats to Sarah Setna and her team behind the success on Indiegogo for Gray Matter, a dark sci-fi comic series. So they were actually completely successful on that, which is amazing, and congratulations to them on that.
And I mean, that just shows you that we've seen it time and time again about the resilience of comic book creators. You saw Luke Stone. Things are getting a little tougher, and he still went out of his way and built this amazing thing for everyone to see within his, congratulations to him and everyone who's been crowdfunding. You guys are doing an amazing job, so keep it up.
Absolutely.
And then we have from Michael R. Barton, The Land of Tunes. Let's see, now available on Foul Player Radios. Welcome to Kevin Chilcote to the show. Kevin and his brother Brian run HGL Productions and have produced more commercials and video projects over the years. And Kevin is now writing his own comics books. His last project is called Land of Tunes and is a wonderful comic book series suitable for both parents and children and funny, lovable characters and great storylines. Information on how to contribute to the Kickstarter campaign is in the show notes. We will discuss the project and reminisce about some of the past projects we did. And in here, there is a Kickstarter, and I'm sure we asked him if we have permission. If not, I'll ask him after the show. And this is something you guys can check out. It's now on Kickstarter, and check out their YouTube functions as well. This is some cool art. Tell us about what Jerry brings us.
He's got some links up here. If you scroll down just a little bit, I'll be able to see the bottom, I believe. There we go. So we met Odious and Eros from the Fighting Twins, and Mana and Rono from the Gunslinger Twins. Tomorrow I introduce the third twins of the Twin Titans. Get your copy today, link in the bio. That does look very interesting. I like the artwork, especially that's in there. The storyline sounds very interesting with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what will come up with it.
For some reason, this was what wasn't showing. I have no idea why that wouldn't have shown. I don't know what's up with Facebook lately. Obviously, Facebook is on the drugs, but this is just something I had shared, and I thought it was cool. Who remembered Reading Rainbow, and how important was Reading Rainbow? And I remember they were talking about trying to bring it back, and I'm sad that they haven't gotten to bring it back just yet. I'm excited about the future and being able to see more stuff like Reading Rainbow. I don't know why Facebook won't let it translate, but again, Facebook is just being Facebook. But some love for that. So we'll move on and go back to the news. Oops, wrong one. There we go. So this is actually this is for the Daphne Lage did this, right? I'll let you talk on this. Go ahead.
I've been busy. The Nightwolf trade paperback by Rob Multari is now live on Kickstarter, and it features a special pinup by me inside. But if you want to see the whole thing, you have to pledge.
Yeah,
this is actually inside of the Nightwolf trade paperback is one of the pinups inside there.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fantastic. Definitely something you guys should be investing your time in checking out. I'm trying to see if there is anything else that we were having trouble with today that hasn't shown up, because Facebook's clearly glitching a bit today. Sorry if we miss anything. Just send it back to our group at Comic Book Advocates Network. We'll make sure to get it on another show. But hey, everyone, this just in. Vera Sam, a.k.a. The Crazy Man, and George Medellin. I don't know why I can't say. I know the name, but I just can't get it out today. And the drummer are about to hit their Kickstarter goal. That is right. They're just $50 away from reaching. And if you can help them out and get them home to the stretch and the stretch goals, please support the brothers from another mother and pledge for your copy of one of the most fun and family-geared books to come out to date. Thank you in advance. Much love and appreciation to you all. And Jay Campbell's got something for us to talk about.
Hanson tells Gemma exactly how he feels about their relationship. When you join the heist on Patreon, you get tons of bonus material. So this is based on, what's the name of this one again? This is called The Heist.
The Heist, yeah.
Okay. And that's one of the panels you're able to see on there and see what's going on. And again, if you get on Patreon, Patreon's fun. Whenever you get on some of these Patreons, you can see the behind the scenes and see how the comics are actually built from the ground floor up. And it's very interesting to see that evolution. So this is one of those instances right here. You'll be able to see behind the curtain a little bit on this one.
It would help if I unmuted myself. I was saying, what grabs your eyes? What headlines are you interested in? Here it is, your way to vote on the headlines from today. Again, if you're an independent creator, an indie creator, give us a headline to talk about. Just don't give us self-promotion. Find a way that we can make this part of a headline. So think, what's catching and what could be a headline? Like launches today. You know, we even had one today. Rob's project launched today. I'm going to have to wind up putting in our thing. Use things like that, right, Demon Phil? Get something interesting. You know, help us beat the stretch goal. Give us something, because, I mean, if I put up the regular tags you guys give, no one's putting a title. So always look at when you're writing something on Facebook, start with a title, a headline, a catchy thing that gets people to read more. So when someone sees that paragraph, they're less likely to read. But if you start the paragraph with a headline, you'd be amazed how some people might be drawn in for that. And it's very important. And we're going to go to our Main Street Market Watch, brought to us by the Indie Vault. Make sure to get the Roku and Google Play apps so you can watch it from home. And also another shout out to our good friend Varian Grant. We hope he's feeling better. We know he was released from the hospital, so we're happy that he's home. We hope he feels better as soon as possible. Let's start off with Alterna.
Alterna Apparel available on Indiegogo, so they are making a comeback on this one with their apparel coming back. I've seen some things like they've been kind of hinting toward it in a couple of other campaigns that Alterna was coming back, and now they are making a full comeback on this, which is great.
Alterna is one of those people who took the time to think outside the box, and I think they've done a great job. They're a great group of creators who are trying their best. So congratulations to them to finding a way forward, and they've definitely found it. Here's the DC Future State, a glimpse into the future of the DC Universe. So excited about that. And also New York Comic Con went virtual. This isn't the Impact News talking about it and talking about how they felt about it. I just thought it was important to mention that after San Diego, we didn't see any news a couple days later, which just was disappointment. New York Comic Con has continued to be a conversation, so congratulations to them. You'll like this one, Demon.
Comic book review, Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn #1. DC Comics has released a preview of Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn #1, which hits comic book stores this Tuesday, courtesy of DC's Black Label. Nice.
And remember, anything from Flickering Myth actually gives you a bit of a preview, so you'll actually get to see a couple pages of art, see if you want it. This is just cute. It's Monday. I knew we needed something to bring us up, and I'm so glad I put it here. It is Lego. They're calling him the creature or the child. I think they're trying to figure out Disney which one, or the baby creature. I hope they go with the child. The child sounds so much better than the creature. Mm-hmm. Just how cute are those eyes? That must be a special Lego. Not for nothing, but that's got to be a special Lego piece because they don't have it. That or maybe it's a wheel that they're using. I don't know. It looks cool. It looks like a moon wheel. When they make the moon. I apparently have played with too many Legos in my life. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love Legos with Jax. So I'm telling you, it's like maybe a wheel. So here we go. If you're a Trekkie, this is for you.
So Star Trek had already been talking about all kinds of things going for the next 7 years, 10 years, however long they're going out here. So Star Trek 3 TV series readying production. Star Trek Discovery is entering production on its 4th season in early November. So this is just one of the first announcements in detail about what's going on with Star Trek, because I know they said that they had all kinds of things planned out for the next, it was like 10 or 20 years. They were going way out there.
Yeah, and they're greenlighting the series. Star Trek, I believe, has been filming this whole time. They've been doing the work and all that. So the Star Trek series, the original one, which is picking up where the other one never got to finish. So apparently this is going to have something to do with it. And they're going to go hopefully on a 5-year mission. But apparently they're a year in, I think. I don't know. We'll find out as soon as it's released, which can't come soon enough. Thank you, comicbook.com. Click the link for more on that. Dark Horse gets into the Halloween spirit with free digital comics. Brought to you by CBR. There was always free comics around Halloween. I was wondering when someone was finally going to talk about what they were doing with it. Dark Horse seems to be not waiting around for Diamond because it was through Diamond that they were doing stuff. I haven't heard anything for the Oktoberfest, which they usually do. I'm hoping it pops up, but I mean, 2020, right? Nothing really happens. Some news from the comicbook.com.
DC Future State reveals Batman's death and rebirth. DC Comics has revealed the new status quo for Bruce Wayne during the upcoming Future State event.
So there's a new Batman. We know that. There's a new Batman coming out. DC didn't want to play around with you. They're letting you know Bruce is still around. But what happened? How did Bruce lose the mantle? And he's not actually Batman anymore. Believe it or not, he's a different character. You're going to have to click on the link to see what's going on. I'm not going to tell you what the name of the new character is. There's no hints I'm giving you at all. This art is just there. There's absolutely no hint to his new name that he's going by in the comic. So, nothing at all. Just nothing to see here. Just slowly scrolling by. I will say, though, that reflection, who does that reflection remind you of?
It looks like Red Hood, probably.
Yeah, but why is he not red? Oh, my. What could this all mean? You're going to have to pick up your copy coming soon. We have some news from the Marvel front, Demon Phil.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, U.S. agent brutally beats, and I know the comics, so I know the U.S. agent does go ahead and beat some of them down. as has been heavily speculated amongst fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is likely. I don't know exactly what all it says in there. I will say I know that they are filming this just about an hour away from where I live. So they're filming this in Atlanta for the most part. So I am anxiously waiting to see what's going to happen with this.
And then for those who don't know, a lot of the Marvel movies take place in Atlanta, not New York.
Oh,
they build New York sets. How sad is that? In Atlanta. It's cheaper to build a set than film in New York. That's someone should talk to Cuomo and de Blasio about that. The Batman set photos reveals major spoilers. Is there Superman in this movie? I don't know. Comicbook.com's got an article that you might be interested if that's anything that you're interested in. And comicbook.com also gives us news about Dexter.
And I am definitely looking forward to the return of Dexter. Dexter Showrunners says Revival isn't season 9, but it's more of a reboot. Dexter isn't getting a revival on Showtime, but don't necessarily think that it's like season 9. So it's not going to be a continuation, of course. I might have to look into this to see exactly what's going on. But if it's not a continuation, why are they using the same character? That can be very interesting.
I can answer this. Comicbook.com does too, but I'll give it away because you should read more about it. It's an interesting article. What they're saying is they're not doing a reboot and they're not giving a full season. What they're coming back is to fix that horrible ending.
Okay.
So they're not going to pretend it didn't happen. They're just going to continue it, which makes me feel like they might have cut a couple episodes out and that end was never meant to be the end. I feel like they maybe thought they'd get a movie and they're not getting a movie deal. So if they can't get a movie deal, they're just going to come back and finish the story.
That makes sense.
This is cool. Elvira has launched a Kickstarter, and I actually meant to get the link for the Kickstarter to see how much she's actually made. And I want to show you guys some stuff. What do you think of that? Elvira has a Kickstarter.
I have, I've seen it. I actually have it in my saved on Kickstarter to go ahead and take a look at and all. They are tearing it up on money there. It looks very interesting. And there's a ton of different options that are available as well.
And this is brought to us by Dynamite Entertainment. So here's what every independent creator feared. All these companies coming in to take away money from comics. And you're going to hear a lot of hurt feelings about this, Demon Phil, in the next couple of days. And I know we didn't play our disclaimer, so I'll play it really quickly because this is going to be an opinion coming to you guys. So.
Exactly.
Warning and disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this live feed are those of the guests, speakers, and or hosts, and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs, official policies, ethics, or positions of the content providers, advertisers, additional hosts, and or guests, hosting sites, groups, or entities attached to this programming. Viewer discretion is advised. All right, Demon, I'm going to let you go first. What do you think of these companies coming on?
So, I mean, I've said it before. I've been vocal about this whenever the whole Keanu Reeves thing was going. So this brings in other people that maybe didn't know Kickstarter exists, that they didn't know that some comics were actually doing things because they're believing the hype that comics are dead. Comics are not dead. I mean, that's just not an option in there. And this actually shows that because you've got Elvira coming out here and doing a new comic and promoting this and doing everything with it. Honestly, this brings in a whole nother crowd is what I'm looking at. So if they come on and they look at this, who's to say they're not going to go over and look at some of the other, crowdfunding that's going on and go, wow, I didn't even know that was actually available on here. Let me go ahead and check this one out too, and start clicking some boxes. So it gets them involved in the same area of what's going on. It's almost like setting off fireworks, letting people know there's something going on here. You need to check it out.
It amazes me every year how many people celebrate the death of DC Comics, how everyone tells you Marvel's done. They're only going to be doing trades next year. Now, there's rumors that DC and Marvel are thinking about going back to newsprint.
Yes.
And that's a rumor that's exciting to many people. I think Marvel and DC have always just tried to be, what do they call those? Those things that make money. And they base things on sales. What do you call that, Demon? Oh, yeah, a business. They're a business. And, they're not going to close shop. And I don't get why people root for the demise. And I've never rooted for the demise. I've rooted for better storytelling. And I know that a lot of this is 5G with the new DC initiative that they have right now. I know a lot of people are like, it's just 5G repackaged. I don't think so. I think they took a serious, harder look at it. They noticed that during 2020, comic book sales were going up everywhere except for them, and they realized we need to start listening. Marvel, too. Marvel's doing some exciting things. We talked about Donny Cates wanting a crossover with DC, and of course DC had Scott Snyder say, yes, I want that too. The two of them want to bring that together. It's a good time to be in comics. Everyone was like, oh, Marvel and DC will be dead by the end of the year. The same people who complain about this. And, you know, I was raised in this industry, sadly, by those same people who kind of make you toxic. They make you hate the mainstream. They make you start condemning it. And then when you start getting your own mind under you after you've been listening to some of them, you realize, well, wait, why would I want Marvel or DC to demise? They're a quick invitation to people, like you just said, to get new people into comics. It sickens me that people who maybe are frustrated that they never got the acknowledgement of their skill that they needed, or just because a story's being told that they don't like, that they will condemn the entire industry. I don't care what anyone tells. I don't care what you try to do, and I don't care how you try to change it. I just care if it's a good story. I've said that many a time. And Elvira's always found a way to be funny. So I don't think this will be any different. I mean, this is definitely one of those moments where you're either going to really like this or you're going to really hate this. And it's just that clear. But she looks amazing for her age. I mean, I don't know what deal she made with the devil, but she surely did. She surely did. So that's it. Look, don't get jealous of what other people are doing. Celebrate it, because one day it could be you in that same spot. You know, let's always make the industry rise up. Never try to tear it down. I'm fine with holding people accountable when you read a book, but so many people give reviews to things they ain't never read. You know, what don't you like about Marvel and DC? They tell horrible stories. When was the last time you read a new book from Marvel or DC? Oh, decades ago. So how are you reviewing a book?
So the way I see it is, if you're driving along and you see all these bright lights and fireworks going off and everything, and there's a concert going on, and you stop at the concert to go, wow, what is this? The concert may not be for everybody. So it may not be exactly what you thought it was going to be, but it reminds you there's a stage. You have to think of it that way. There's always a stage. And that's what everybody kind of forgets, is where to find everything. Because since you can't go out physically and find everything as much as you could, a year ago, now you have to do things a little bit different. So it's reminding them there's a different stage now. That's the way I look at it.
And it's a great way to look at it. And another great thing to look at is the Devil Hulk. Ooh, comicbook.com has the image for you. He's just superb. Like, I want to see this fight now. This is going to be interesting. And this is, of course, part of the Immortal Hulk. And again, Marvel reinventing a character, telling exciting stories, giving them credit. At the beginning of the year, I said I think Marvel and DC will end the year strong, because this is going to change us. And I knew it. I knew when we went into it and we got the lockdowns. And even though DC never gave up and Marvel did, I did say they're going to come back harder, because you can't lose something and not want it. I think this has been a rebirth of the industry, and I'm so proud to see the storytelling. And the Immortal Hulk has been something that they've put a lot of energy into it. And I think they're really letting their creators create again. No, forget anyone with their whole, there are people who are trying to poison comics with their points of view. Yeah, they've been people poisoning comics since the comics began with their point of view. That's what comics are. That's a creator telling you how the world is. Does Hollywood overstep sometimes? I'm sure you're not wrong about it. But ultimately, that's why you have independent creators. And now you're seeing an influx, and Marvel celebrated this. There are new artists and creators are coming from the indie market. So we are now seeing a change of guard over in comics. No longer the quote-unquote, as people have said, the diversity hires. No, everyone who's being hired right now has an established creative fan base. These are people who are coming. It doesn't matter what color they are, where they came from, who they are, what they look like, who they date. None of that matters anymore, because you can see, well, Marvel picked them up because they're talented and they already proved it in the industry, in the independent market. So what are you going to complain about next? Here's something to complain about, but you don't have to wait long, Demon Phil.
I am looking forward to this. Simpsons Forever announced by Disney Plus. Disney is the new home for The Simpsons after the landmark deal with 21st Century Fox and fans. Now, whenever Disney was purchasing Marvel and purchasing Fox and all this, everybody was looking in the right hand going, oh, wow, comic books. What's going to happen with comic books and the comic book movies and everything? Nobody was paying attention to the left hand, and people were asking questions like, isn't Simpsons part of Fox? What's going to happen with them? Now you see that what they've been doing right in front of you and you haven't been paying attention. This is what Disney is putting out there. And I'm interested to see how they're going to go ahead and start portraying this because, as everyone knows, Disney is well known for family oriented. And Simpsons has always gone a little over, shall we say, that landmark there. So I'm interested to see how they're going to portray that in their Disney Plus.
I think that you'll see a Fox tab, maybe, because they never got rid of the name Fox. So I think that they've kept that strategically. Or they might, who knows, they might rename it Wolf just to piss off Fox News. We'll see. They're right. But with Family Guy and all that, I do agree with you. I think some changes are coming. Because they own Orville. They own so many things now that people didn't even consider that they'd own. That's why Gotham got canceled so quickly. Or it wasn't even that they got canceled. DC's like, okay, we're done telling the story. We're done. We're ending here. 100 episodes as we promised. We're gone. DC's future state will completely change comics. This is excitingly bold from Screen Rant. I am excited about that. I cannot wait for this because this looks like they are really looking at, like, what do we want comics to look like now? Like, forget everything. What would we want to do with comics? And let's do that. And then what we'll do is we'll add in an alternative storyline to deal with all the other characters that people love. It's like they're creating two universes that live in one place at once, and it's going to be, I can't wait. They're using dark metal to wrap it all up.
Exactly.
So I do want to touch on this one. I'm not going to pass this on to you. So this started this week, and I thought this was funny. Die Hard is back. Bruce Willis returns in Mysterious Thing. So no one knew what this meant, right? They were excited on Saturday. Everyone was giggly. Oh, my God, there's a new Die Hard movie. Not so fast. In what revealed to be a punked moment for fans, this was about a Die Hard battery. But it was great advertising. Credit to them. They nailed it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we actually don't get a new Die Hard movie now out of this Die Hard commercial. So I thought it was funny. I saw it during the football yesterday. I'll pass this on to you.
All I have to say about the Die Hard thing is yippee-ki-yay, mother. Oh, I'm sorry. Avengers Endgame director Joe Russo trash talks the MC. Joe Russo is tired of losing at fantasy football, the primary architect behind the star-studded movies. So he's losing at fantasy football, and he's getting a little vocal on that one. And
he's attacking all the. It's funny. The video is more funny than anything else. It's just funny. Comic book nerds getting mad about not winning in football. It's just there's humor in there. There's humor in there. Another comic book nerd losing at football. And this is pretty exciting. If you could read this for me while I hang out with Jax for a second.
So Wire Buzz Static Shock attracts producer Michael B. Jordan, Falcon. Back in August, Warner Brothers and DC revealed that Static Shock would be getting its own solo movie, and now we've got an interesting update on that. I'm definitely looking forward to this. I don't know if this is going to be, I need to look more into this. If this is going to be animated or is this going to be live action that we're looking at?
I believe it's going to be with Michael B. Jordan. I think we were going to see a live action film. I think this is awesome. I think this is a step in the right direction. Of course, this goes a throwback to Milestone Comics, which is awesome that they're coming back in just a few weeks now. Oh, I am excited about this news and who's going to be part. I love Michael B. Jordan. I remember when they said that he should be Batman. I was like, nope, I don't see it. And I remember people got mad at me, and I'm like, well, I don't think that he could pull off the Bruce there is. They'd have to make a whole new story for it. I think he's an amazing, talented person, but I think there's other characters he could play better. And I would love to see him play Static Shock. I'll be honest with you. Now, Michael B. Jordan could pull off a Bruce Wayne, but I think he's just too funny at times because there's something about Bruce that has to be dark, and I don't think he's dark enough. And yeah, I saw Black Panther and loved it like everyone else, but there's just something about Bruce. Honestly, my favorite Bruce Wayne was Val Kilmer. No one really gave him enough credit for it. He wasn't a great Batman, but he did an amazing job of a tortured, rich dude dealing with the problems of how long am I going to make this go on, and no one ever gives him enough credit for that. Best Batman, of course, is Kevin Conroy. We can't even debate that. It's just what it is. DuckTales revealed the theme for Season 3, and it's going to be at comicbook.com. Click the link to see what the whole theme is going to be about. We got some news from the Flash front.
Grant Gustin wants to play another superhero after the Flash is going to be ending. So Flash star Grant Gustin will be open to being another superhero when he takes off his boots.
And that's pretty exciting to hear, and also sad to hear. That might be signaling the end of Flash is coming.
Yes.
So Peter Roth steps down as Warner Brothers TV group guy. I wonder what he did to have to step down. That never happens like over a weekend like it did without an F-up. That was an F-up because if they're retiring, it's usually a big thing in the middle of the week. He's done a great job. He's moving on. He's got promoted. He wants to spend time with his family. You get the news comes out on a Friday night. You done messed up. You done messed up. I'm sorry. Comicbook.com brings us all that news, including. So is there more to the Star Trek cat than meets the eye? We have to go to Den of Geeks. And really quickly, just because we're running out of time, these stories came out today. The Marvel comic that was printed with the ashes of a creator. Oh my. The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror is delayed until November. What? You're going to have to check out comicbook.com to see when. Future State, everything you need to know about the DC's upcoming new line. Definitely interesting. Neil deGrasse Tyson warns us that an asteroid could hit Earth. Yeah, 2020. That's up. Day before election. Yep. It's probably going to hit. If we're lucky, it hits the main hub for the elections, and we can delay the elections to next year. Let's just not do it this year, guys. Come on. Why tempt fate? Here are the books coming out tomorrow from DC Comics, and here's your list for everything coming out this Wednesday. And sad news, Grand Rapids Comic-Con 2020 has unfortunately folded up. It will be back in 2021. This was brought to us by an actual news site. For some reason, it wouldn't procreate, or whatever the word is, propriate. There's a word where it's supposed to instantly show its image, like CBR did up here for the preview of the books that it was having. But it didn't do that for this, so I put in the type myself. Scarlet Witch actress Elizabeth Olsen teases that she's going to give an accurate depiction of Scarlet Witch in the upcoming news. And this has been Monday Comics Newswire. Thank you for being part of the show. Be kind and share. GeekInsider.com is going to bring you the headlines from this week. And make sure to check out all the advocating program. Phil, take us out.
All right, so Demon Phil here doing the co-anchoring on here. Again, check out my shows Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 p.m. Eastern on Facebook and YouTube. Demon Nation is what you want to look up on that. And then on Saturdays with Unscripted at 11 p.m. on YouTube only. And then tonight is the special show that I will be having with the Lone Wolf panel at 10 p.m. Eastern on Facebook and YouTube. Look up Demon Nation. You will see that show on there.
We'll be back here tomorrow at 11. And for now, we're out of here.